Greetings, my beautiful YouTube family and friends. I hope you all are well and having a fantastic day so far. Today we're making beef stew loaded with lots of yummy vegetables. Beef is versatile. It is forgiving, it is flexible. You can almost not make a mistake with beef. So I love cooking beef for my family. There is so much you can do with it. Today we're whipping together the quickest beef stew ever. We're going to serve it with rice. It's quick, but you know we're not ever going to skimp on the flavor. Yes, beautiful people. So as always, we want to wash our meat after we pick it up from the butcher. And then after that, we're going to cut it into bite-sized pieces. Now, this is a piece of chuck, a cut of beef that stews well. All right, so it's great in stews because it holds itself together. It melts in your mouth, but it's also at the same time juicy, and it has a little bit of a chew to it, which is very enjoyable in a stew. As you can see, friends, I have already prepped everything I need and gathered them all as well, so they're in reach. That helps to really cut down on time. So I pour everything in terms of the meat into the pot I will be cooking it in. And right after that, I will be layering all of my ingredients that I have prepped ahead of time into the pot. Starting with the onion. This is half a large red onion chopped finely, followed by my garlic paste. This comes to about 1 tablespoonful of, and I just added my ginger paste as well. Now here is my green herb and spice blend. That recipe is linked below. I used most of my favorite spices and herbs in putting this together, and it is surely a lifesaver. And I've added some salt now to the pot, followed by all-purpose seasoning similar to your bouillon. So please use 1 cube of chicken or beef bouillon. And then on the stove it goes. I will start first on medium heat. I'll stir all these ingredients together and try to get them as combined as possible. Then I'll place the lid on the pot and cook for about 5 minutes. Then I'll go back and stir some more. So you notice we didn't add any water to this at all because we don't want to dilute the flavors. Now that is what I love about the ginger, the garlic, and the green blend. Oh, talk about punching flavor into your savory dishes. One thing I love about this green blend is that you're able to use whatever you want, especially those ingredients you love to cook with already. Just blend them together, and so that way it's ready for you whenever you need it. That simple. And it's punched so much flavor into this pot right here. Friends, you just have to try it to know what I mean, all right? So today I'm not blending anything. I'm not prepping anything. Everything is good and ready to go. Talk about life-saving techniques. All right, so this has been cooking for 15 minutes. And so now I am removing the meat pieces, separating that from this beautiful broth. It is so tasty. This meat was well seasoned, which is important, friends. Make sure that you season it generously at this stage of the cooking. You won't need to add any more salt if you season your meat well, and it will taste really good for you. So pour the broth into a bowl, and we're going to cook in the same pot. So here is some olive oil, just enough to coat the bottom of this pot. And now I'm going to give this meat a quick saute to get some brown on it, all right? Because that is equal to lots of flavor. So you see, beautiful people, we did not even need to deep fry these beef pieces as we normally would in the way we were taught to cook. Olive oil, very healthy for you, heart healthy. Sauteed it for under 10 minutes. We got some brown on it. So now we are guaranteed great taste in our beef. Now this oil I skimmed off of some jollof stew I recently made, so I'm using that. It's spiced, it's seasoned, and it's fragrant. So it's a great way to reuse this oil. Now add the other half of the large red onion sliced thinly. Give it a stir and continue to cook for under 5 minutes. And then I add some more of my green blend, followed by 1 habanero chili that's seeded and chopped. Now I'm also going to add my curry powder, all-purpose seasoning, and just a pinch of salt. And then we're going to stir it again and continue to cook these onions until they're very caramelized. And that should take an extra 3 minutes. And it smells incredibly delicious in here. The windows are opened, the backyard door is also open, and I know I'm really disturbing these neighbors, but they're invited. They know they are. So now I'm also adding my homemade tomato paste. This tomato paste has beets in it. You could tell even from some of the thawed juice. Yes, it sweetens your dishes. It's great in stews, great in soups, and even jollof rice. Wow. It will literally transform your dishes. Just mind blowing, y'all. If you haven't tried that recipe, it's linked below. Please try it. You will love it. You will never ever buy canned tomato paste ever again. So now that I've added the tomato paste, I have cooked it for just 4 more minutes. That's all. It's already cooked, and I really don't want to destroy the nutrients in this pot. And quite frankly, friends, that's what I love about using homemade products. This here is my homemade tomato ragu. So you see, friends, why I love my homemade products. This tomato paste and tomato ragu do not need to be overcooked. Really, if you overcook these, you have defeated the entire reason why you even introduced them to the pot. You want those nutrients to be alive before you eat them. You don't want to kill them, right? So now, I've cooked for only 5 more minutes. I placed the lid on just so that the oil can resurface. That way I know that the flavors have married properly. Now I'm adding the beef broth from the beginning, which is seasoned well, and boy oh boy, those spices, it's bringing more flavor into the pot. Stir it in and you're almost done cooking, y'all. You're almost done. Now let's check on the stew. How exciting is that? You see the oil, it's resurfaced, so we're going to now add our beef. And there it is. Look at the color on the beef, friends. We did not deep fry this beef, but look. Can you tell this stew is going to be tasty? Wow. Please give me a thumbs up if you haven't already done so. I'll really appreciate it, friends. We need to kick it up a notch on the number of views we've been getting lately. I don't know what's going on with that algorithm, but it needs to favor me because Sister Madame keeps trying. She keeps trying. Please give me a thumbs up, and also please share the video. Share it with everyone you know. That will really help our channel to continue growing steadily. I appreciate that, y'all. So I thinned up the stew just before adding the rest of my ingredients, which are my fresh vegetables. The reason being that I really want more sauce around the vegetables, all right? So I added some homemade beef stock, which I have linked that recipe below also if you would like to check it out. Now you can use water, no problem. So I have some fresh produce here. First, I'm adding my string beans because those take a little longer to cook, including the carrots. Then stir it in real quick, and then place the lid on and cook for under 2 minutes. We just want these vegetables to be slightly tenderized, but not overcooked. So we want them to have a bite to them and also still remain crunchy. All right. So there it is. We're now going to add our cabbage. And cabbage in this stew is to live for over and over and over again. Cabbage is a brilliant addition to this pot because it brings the fiber we need in our diet. It brings great fragrance, and that crunch is, like I said, to live for. Yeah, so that you do not want to overcook either. Now, if you are a vegetable lover, you will love this stew, hands down, guaranteed. No fail. All right, so place the lid on and cook for just about 30 seconds because this pot is a cast iron enamel pot. It has already retained a lot of the heat, so you do not want to overdo it with overcooking these vegetables. Now, I've added my red onions, and this is one large red onion cut into bite-sized pieces, followed by my bell peppers, red, yellow, green, Ghanaian flag colors. Okay, now Naba is Ghanaian. She is proud to be a Ghanaian, and any chance she gets to punch those colors into her dishes, she's gonna do it. All right. So there you have it. It is done. We're going to turn the heat off because again, these vegetables need to remain nutritious. Look at those colors. Are they calling your name or what? I know they are. So stir it in, done. Turn the heat off and serve. Today we served this beautiful stew with some rice. Steamed, fluffy, perfection. Perfection. That's all I have to say. Just look at this stew. How elegant can it get? Friends, thank you so much for joining me today here in Anaba's kitchen. It is almost chop time, and chop time is yes friend here. It is never no friend, oh, it's yes friend. Look at that. Oh boy, oh boy. So make sure you pull up a chair and join us because we are all friends and family here. Mouth watering. I hope you give this recipe a shot. You will love it and return with your feedback. And thank you again and again for joining me and spending your precious time with me. See you soon in my next one. Make it a great day and have fun, especially in that kitchen.